What's up guys, this is Storm and I'm bringing another gaming news week. In this video we'll be going over the news that happened last week, but before we get into the video, I would like for you to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It will help me out greatly. So with that being said, let's get on with the news. With our first set of news, I would like for everybody to take this with a grain of salt until we hear otherwise. But according to Inside Gaming, TitanFall 3 is almost complete. They got this information from a leak, and supposedly it has a campaign, multiplayer, and Apex Legends type of content. A lot of people are hyped to find out if this is true, and they're really hoping that this is turn out to be true, because Titanfall do have a pretty large fan base from the first one because how well the first one did. The second one, not so much. When it comes to Titanfall 2, I still kind of blame that one on EA for sandwiching it between Call of Duty and a Battlefield. If Titanfall 2 had like a couple of months to itself while no real competition when it comes to the first person shooter genre, I think it would have done a whole lot better. But you can't rewrite the past, so unfortunately Titanfall 2 took a loss when it came to that. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a strong fan base. So potentially, if this Titanfall 3 does turn out to be true, it could reignite the franchise for the game and to bring back that fan base that EA was trying to get when they made Titanfall. But of course, unfortunately, another report came out. This comes from a well-known person who goes by the name of Jeff Grubb, who has kind of he does have a credibility when it comes to rumors and leaks and stuff. Sometimes he's wrong about stuff, sometimes he's right. It's always a flip of the coin depending what information he puts out and if it's wrong or right. But he has said that this whole Titanfall 3 rumor is not true at all. So when people heard that, of course there are people that are upset that it turns out that it's not true. But at the same time, people are trying to be hopeful that it does turn out to be true. We just gotta wait and see. Because like I said, there have been times that he's been right on information, but there have also been times that he's been wrong. It just the flip of the coin at this point. We just gotta wait and see what happens and what EA have in the pipeline. This news is a little bit crazy because the fact that we probably won't be getting this game until the PlayStation 6, we got some more information involving Spider-Man 3. Not like direct story related info, but it's info either way. This comes from a interview that somebody had from the direct with Nigel Jeter. And you don't know who that is the voice of Miles Morales in Insomniac Marvel Spider-Man games. He was asked about Miles Morales and Peter Parker roles in Spider-Man 3. And this way he has to say, Miles is always going to need Peter Parker no matter what. He is kind of like his Yoda. He is always going to need his wisdom and his guidance no matter how the world may turn. Good guys always need a break sometime. The world is crazy out there, so if it needs both of our assistance, then we'll show up. But if my big bro needs a breather, Miles is ready to go. So he didn't flat out say what's going to happen in Spider-Man 3. But of course, if you haven't played Marvel Spider-Man 2, I suggest you should. But this is a little spoiler related, so you might want to skip ahead if you have not played Marvel Spider-Man 2. I will put a timestamp in this video so you can skip the spoilers for the ending of Spider-Man 2. Alright, here we go. Here comes the spoiler. Basically, the end of Spider-Man 2, after the whole defeat of Venom and saving New York from a world of symbiotes, Peter decides to take a break from being Spider-Man to focus on his life as Peter Parker. Miles decided that he's gonna go as Spider-Man solo just so Peter could finally get his break. And Miles believes he is ready to become Spider-Man solo without basically needing Peter backup from time to time. But that doesn't mean he won't need Peter at some point. But as of right now, Peter is going to be taking a break from Spider-Man. But there will be a situation in Spider-Man 3 that Peter will need to put back on the suit. But we'll just gotta wait and see what that tells. I'm not gonna say the ending credit what happens in Spider-Man 2, but let's just say Peter might come in and come back as Spider-Man at some point. But Nigel Jeter did say he does want Miles to fight against the Green Goblin. So, Insomniac, you know what to do. I have a pretty good guess what kind of Green Goblin we're gonna get. We're not gonna get the Tobey Maguire suit Green Goblin. I'm kind of leaning towards we might get the ultimate version of Green Goblin. I think that would make a way better boss fight than Norman Osborn in his green armor suit. You know, we had seen like a prototype helmet of the Green Goblin suit, but I think they're gonna find a way to incorporate that to become the ultimate Venom. I could be wrong. They could still do the whole Norman Osborn in a suit type of Green Goblin, but if you're dealing with a world there's two Spider-Man and one literally have bioelectric superpowers, and possibly Peter still has the ability of the anti-venom, we don't know if that's fully out of his system. I kind of believe like Norman will need some type of power boost to counteract both Spider-Mans. But we'll just wait and see. I don't want to get too much into what we could possibly see in Spider-Man 3. I might make a video of that in the future. Let me know in the comments if you want something like that. PlayStation have quietly put out new animated backgrounds that you can customize your PlayStation 5 UI with some animated backgrounds of some PlayStation IPs. We have Days Gone, Demon Souls Remake, The Last Ronin, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Forbidden West, Astrobot, and a couple of others that they added. For me, I have chosen the Ghost of Yotai because that is my next PlayStation first party IP that I'm looking forward to. And I can't wait till we finally get to see how the gameplay is. The game is set to release sometime this year, and we have small little stuff about it. Apparently, Shuhei Yoshida, who previously used to work at PlayStation, did say he managed to get his hands on the game, and he said it was really good. And he was honestly surprised that there was no bugs in the build that he got to try out. So this gives me a really big hopes that Sucker Punch is overall improving Ghost of Yotai compared to how it was in Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Tsushima was a really good game. So the chances of Sucker Punch even improving beyond that, and the fact it's going to be made from the ground up from the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, I'm truly excited what they got cooking for us. So I can't wait to see more when they eventually do, because honestly, how stuff is going on, PlayStation need to do some type of showcase or a state of play that is focusing on their first part, because it it's been not really lackluster because there are games that I'm playing. It just it's just a little lackluster from the first party standpoint at this point. So I guess we just gotta wait and see when that eventually happens because even House Marquee said we're supposed to be getting gameplay of their game that they got coming out, which is Soros, which is I guess technically some people would consider it be Returnal 2, but it's a brand new character. But it's an overall improvement of the gameplay of Returnal, so we'll just wait and see how that looks. So a brand new game is coming to console. FragPunk, which is a 5v5 shooter, is now coming to the Xbox and PlayStation for free on April 29th. I believe this game was probably on PC for a while, but now they're coming out with a console version of it. I looked at the trailer of it. It does look pretty interesting. Some people compare it to Valorant, but maybe this game could be fun. I could probably get my couple of friends to try it out with me, and I might post a gameplay to see if we like it or not. Oh, definitely gonna try it out when it eventually drops on April 29th. The developers of Where Winds Meet has announced a closed beta for you to sign up for the PlayStation consoles. If you don't know what is Where Winds Meet, it's a wuxia type of martial arts game, and it will have a single player and a multiplayer aspect to it. This is what you get for the single player. Single player offers a rich narrative driven experience as a lone sword master with over 100 hours of story and exploration. Focus on personal choices, role playing, for example, doctor or merchant, and open world activities like puzzles, fishing, or combat. You could play the entire main campaign solo without engaging with other players. For the multiplayer, supports co-op for up to 4 friends to explore the main campaign together. Includes a broader multiplayer mode where you can interact with thousands of players in the open world. Features optional PvP battles for competitive play. Multiplayer is a separate from the single player experience, allowing you to switch modes as desired. The game is set to release from their latest trailer to come out in 2025 for the console versions. So, are you interested where wins me? Are you going to get some friends to play with a co-op? Because there's some gameplay from the PC version that is up online right now, and the stuff you can do with that game is freaking awesome. And I can't wait to try it out when it eventually drops at some point. I definitely did sign up try to see if I could get access to the beta. I am gonna check to see if you're allowed to record. If not, then I'll probably won't speak on what I experienced in that game until the NDA allow me to do so. Until then, I'll keep you posted. After a long wait, we finally got the official reveal of Marathon, which is Bungie next game that is set to come out on September 23rd of this year. We finally get our first look at gameplay that Bungie had this big event that had press outlets and some streamers got to come out and got their hands-on experience with Marathon, which is supposed to be some type of a hero extraction type of game. At least that was the gist I got from it. The game does look really good. I do like the aesthetics and the character models of the game. It does make it like stand out. And when it comes to the shooting mechanic, I have like there's should be no doubt without when it comes to Bungie. When you look at how Destiny 2 like the gunplay is and stuff, so there should be no worry about that. But Bungie have talked about the runners that are the characters in this game. And this is what they had to say. Our goal with the runners is to give you a couple of base abilities to build your loadout around while still giving you a lot of freedom to choose what weapons, implants, upgrades, and consumables you bring in. This won't feel like when you just choose a hero then get whatever weapon abilities assigned to them. So they're basically giving you the freedom of customizing the character how you want it to be. Basically, it may be a hero type of shooter, but this is your character in the end. At least that way I got the gist of it. But they did say this game is not a free to play, but it won't be $70. So right now, people are saying that the game is good, costs $40, which is not bad. But I do feel like people are writing off this game way too early before they even got hands on with it, which I'm not a fan of. But we just gotta wait and see how that come out. So that's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for what I announced? Marathon where wins me? Leave your comment in the video below. And to close out this video, I'm gonna be showing the trailers that came out for Marathon. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
PlayStation
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats, to scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic teamfights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill, to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No two runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
PlayStation
from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it strove to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless things, and the heart that fed.
Welcome once again. How's the new shell? Feeling?
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mother. Your mother.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
What? Really?
What's that you're always tuned into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is. You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me. Ozymandias, king of kings, look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Boundless ocean. The lone and level sands stretch far away.
Do you recognize this child?
Is that me?
PlayStation